Hey, good Sunday morning, my friends. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. Going to give you a good update on the storm system that's rolling through Michigan today. And the first update I should tell you is that there's not much change. There's a couple of little tweaks. I highlighted this in a post that I have up now on MLive. The first tweak I would say that I've noticed is that I thought yesterday northwest lower would get about 2 to 5 inches of snow. Now it looks like add 2 or 3 more onto that. So it looks like maybe a total of 4 to 8 inches of snow. And that's significant when you're talking about 45, 50 mile an hour gusts in northwest lower Michigan. Definitely blizzard conditions will be developing there. Southern lower, the wind speed forecast is staying right on. I'll look at that with you here shortly. The UP finally under a blizzard warning. Hey, good morning, Alto. The UP finally under a blizzard warning. They've already had a foot of snow, and Weather Service finally decided to put that blizzard warning up. Now, another thing. I didn't want to talk about this the last couple of days, but one of the models, the US model, started to forecast a similar type strength storm next weekend. The European had none of that. European generally is regarded as better, but this year our US model has been doing better. Now, this morning, the European model also showing a strong storm for, you guessed it, next weekend as well. So let's get to it. Let's handle what's going on today and get through that first off, okay? The warnings detail your biggest weather foe, okay? So the tan area, high wind warning. Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, Lansing, Jackson, Detroit, Ann Arbor, Flint, Saginaw Bay City, Midland, the Thumb, the Northeast. Okay? The orange areas, blizzard warnings. Remember, a blizzard is not necessarily heavy snow. Okay? A blizzard is quarter-mile visibility or less due to snow or blowing snow, and it's going to last for 3 hours or more with 35 mile an hour gusts. So that's going to be pretty easy to do. But it doesn't necessarily mean that in a blizzard you get a whole ton of snowfall. And the UP, it will be the case that you get both. Lower Peninsula, you've had a lot more snow, but it's snow with wind. And then the pink here is a winter storm warning, just because they feel that the blizzard conditions will not be reached there. I don't know about that. All right, here is the radar. Can you pick out the storm center? Yes, you can, right here. See the rotation, the pivot point around it? And the storm center is tracking just about where it's supposed to. It gets onto the lake. The lake is warmer. And hey, good morning, Becky Edwards. And that lake is warmer, and it just intensifies the storm system. Could Mount Pleasant see blizzard conditions? Probably not, because you're probably not in the heavy enough snow. You're probably at 2 inches in the Mount Pleasant area. Okay. So, hey, and if you could throw some reports in there, let us know what's going on. So the precipitation really isn't the big deal, except in the UP, except northwest lower. Okay. Southern lower, we've had some thunderstorms, and even one severe thunderstorm warning was issued. All right, let's take a look at some of the observations here. Let's see. The west side of the state is where the winds are starting to gust higher. Jackson, 43 mile an hour gust. Oh, I saw, let's see, Tri-Cities, that's Saginaw Bay City, 43 mile an hour gust. Now you go to the southwest corner of the state. Battle Creek gusting to 49 now. Grand Rapids gusting to 49. Ionia 49. 46 in Muskegon. When can we look forward to the end of winter? It's probably going to be 3 weeks, I hate to tell you. And the Northeast, the wind's not gusting just yet. Hey, look at out in Houghton. Heavy snow, visibility quarter mile, gusting to 47 miles an hour. Probably cannot even see. Traverse City, good report there. Rain has turned to snow. You're probably about 2 to 3 hours away from the nasty winds. This is Wisconsin and parts of Minnesota, and I wanted to show you that the winds are starting to pick up. Let's see here. We got Lone Rock at 48 miles an hour, 52 mile an hour gust in Milwaukee now. So it's coming across the lake, 54 mile an hour gust in Dubuque. I saw an observation from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, right there. West wind sustained at 40 miles an hour, gusting to 53 miles an hour. So certainly it is on the way. All right, what does a powerful storm system look like? It looks just like this. This is the computer model. Is Muskegon getting any snow? Yeah, you probably get about 2 to 4 inches by the time it's all said and done. How much snow at Crystal Mountain today? Probably 3 to 6 or so. Okay, so we are at 1 p.m. this afternoon. Look at that tightly packed storm. And remember, my rule of thumb is 5 miles an hour for each one of these isobars, lines of pressure in lower Michigan. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you're talking 65 miles an hour, and that's the highest gust forecast. Easily 50, 55, maybe some 60 to 65. Now this is this evening, 7 o'clock, and look at that. It is just, that's what you call a blizzard situation. Now if this storm had tracked from Missouri into Ohio and put us on the north side in Michigan, we would have had 1978, folks. We would have had 2 feet and a whole lot of wind. This is tomorrow morning, 7 in the morning. The wind's lessening, but still strong. Let's do the count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you could still have 40 mile an hour gusts tomorrow morning. And then by the time we get tomorrow evening, the storm is pushed off and it really, the winds weaken. So if you can get through the next 24 hours, you're going to do all right. One thing, I want to go back to this, okay? All right, so here's your scenario. Storm system pushing through, rain changes to snow showers, and it blows around, and it comes to an end tomorrow morning. A weak system comes through Wednesday, but this is a 2 to 5 inch snow across southern lower. And then look at what's starting to show up for next weekend. This is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Have we seen that before? That eerily looks the same as this storm system. So we'll keep an eye on that. We won't worry about it just yet, but we will keep an eye on it. All right, here's your wind gust forecast. What are the chances for ice tomorrow morning in the Tri-Cities? No chance. No chance for ice tomorrow morning in the Tri-Cities. This is all snow once it changes over. Here are the wind gust forecasts. Let's go to noon. And this is your timeline. Your 50 mile an hour wind gusts are into the southern half of lower Michigan. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 50 mile an hour plus wind gusts. So you're looking at 50, 55, and we think there could be an isolated 60, maybe 65, and if it happens, it might be along the shorelines. Typically, the wind is stronger over the water, and then where it hits the shoreline is when it gets strong. So a lot of folks commenting that quiet right now weather-wise, and it is. That storm center is going to move off to the northeast in the next couple of hours, and it will turn very windy very quickly. So don't let this kind of situation right now where you think it's not that bad, don't let that make you think that it's not going to happen. It is going to happen. I guarantee it. How does that sound? Okay, so let's go into this evening, 7 o'clock. We're still 50 mile an hour plus wind gusts. And then the next question is, when does it come down? Okay, what I'm saying is, if you make it to midnight tonight with power, I think you're okay. Because then the 50 mile an hour gusts stop and we drop down into the 40s. Yeah, maybe there could be an isolated power outage at that point, but I think if you make it to midnight, you're pretty good. Hey, good morning, Brian Washer from Bay City. Or is it Colin? Or is it Munger? And let's go to 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You're looking at 20 to 30 mile an hour wind gusts west side of the state. Still 30 mile an hour wind gusts in areas that have had snow. Still 30 mile an hour wind gusts in the thumb into Detroit. And we go to noon. Winds continue to die off. And we go into late afternoon, 4 o'clock, and winds continue to die off there. Okay, one last thing for you. Snowfall totals. Additional snowfall, we'll call it. This is going to be a mess in here. Traverse City, Cadillac, over to Kalkaska, to Gaylord, to Mansalona, to Petoskey and Charlevoix, and down to Houghton Lake, Roscommon, maybe down to Big Rapids, and 1 to 2 inches in southern lower. That'll blow around. That won't be too bad, but it's just hard to say what 2 inches does with a whole lot of wind. Sorry about that. Man, I've been talking so much on these things that it's really gone crazy lately. All right, so hold on. Bear with me here. My Steadicam died and my light turned on and all that stuff. So there you have it. There's the snowfall. Let's go back to me. Pretty easy forecast for today. It's just going to get nasty everywhere. Stay off the roads if you can. Winds picking up. The strongest wind gusts 50 to 65 miles an hour. I think that might be a stretch. I think there will be a lot of 55s, 57 mile an hour ones. That'll be probably 2 p.m. this afternoon to 7, 8 o'clock tonight. And then the winds gradually start to come down. If you make it through midnight with power, you'll probably make it through the whole storm. And tomorrow things improve pretty dramatically. Yeah, wind caught my phone exactly right. And I had the thing charged. Usually it lasts a long time, but it didn't this time. So there you have it. Just a real easy situation to understand. It's nasty across Michigan. And then our focus will turn to the next storm system next weekend. We'll keep you updated on that, and of course keep checking in with MLive, but I think you know what's going on now. Wind and snow and dangerous weather. Stay off the roads, be safe, and I'll keep checking in with you here on MLive and certainly tomorrow morning as well. Take care. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.